Cheers.
Cheers. Those beers are so old, dude. I need to replace them.
You've said that the last 4 weeks.
I
Drink
know.
them faster.
I know.
Drink them
Welcome
faster.
back. Welcome back to another fantabulous episode of Two Drunk Guys in a Football Podcast. I am your co-host, Marcus the Hammer Mary.
And I am Skinny Domestic. Introduce
Today
our
we
guest.
have Mack Truck, Mackenzie Brooks.
What's good?
It's been a minute, Mac. How you been?
Dude, it's been a long time. Like I said earlier, I'm just, it's young world. I'm just living in it, man.
I know. So you moved to Michigan from Iowa.
I sure did. Yeah, I've been up here since September, so I've been up here just about 6 months. I hate it because it's so cold. So cold. Like it's worse than Iowa, which I thought
Really?
was never. Oh, dude, yeah. They have this thing called lake effect. So like everything is so much worse because of Lake Michigan and being on Lake Michigan. Outside of that, I love the city that I'm in, town I'm in with my family and everything. So I can't really complain. I am rather sick of seeing everything like Michigan and Michigan State. That's kind of can't do it. Being an Iowa fan, Iowa alum, I despise anything Michigan, Michigan State, Central Michigan, anything with Michigan in it. The Lions can also go somewhere else. I can't go. Can't. I'm full. Stuffed.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine how much shit you probably get wearing Iowa gear up there.
See, it's funny because like I haven't really ironically enough, I haven't really wore a lot like as far as like out in public. Like I'm also still kind of like trying to learn like the sports spots and everything because I'm not like a clubber or anything. Like if my going out is literally going to a sports bar and sitting at the bar talking shit to people during sports games, or like going with my family or going with a group of friends and shooting shit with them. Like I'm kind of well past like the frat boying era of my life. However, I'm not afraid to get down with every blue moon. I could do a frat boy session, but it's got to be like 7 months in between. My liver and my old joints can't take it no more.
Yeah, I don't blame you, dude. It kills you after a while.
Dude, I'm like,
I understand.
Oh, I used to do this every weekend. Oh, I'm cool. Good to go.
I've seen it. So I'm getting closer and closer to 30, Mac, and every single year it's worse and worse. Like our first year doing this, we were drinking like 10 beers in 2 hours. Like it'd just be like we were chugging them, we were dying the next day.
Now he gives up on me after like 3 or 4 because at the end of the episode when we're chugging to release, I'm usually the only one with something to drink still because he stops drinking after the last like 30 minutes is about to be over. Stops drinking on me.
Oh,
you got to get up in the morning. Those beers add up now, Mac. They didn't before.
Yeah, listen, I'm 34, so I absolutely understand. And I'm sitting here like, I get twisted over just like a glass. Like I'm a whiskey gal. Like I got Southern roots. Like I got a lot of like Georgia in me and Kentucky and Alabama in me. So like I'm very much a liquor person, a mixed drink person. And now I'm sitting here like, especially like once I just kind of like started cleaning up my habits again and everything, getting back and started training for another sport that I do. Like I've cut back significantly on a lot of things, with drinking being one of them. And I think I had a glass of wine or something with my wife, and I'm like, geez, like, why do I feel this already? Like, what? Like, we're sitting at the table playing cards. Yeah, we're sitting at the table playing cards. I'm like, ain't no way that I feel this good already off of 3 sips. Like, what is happening to my life?
So, talking about your sports, what I remember I don't think I've talked to you since probably 2018, 2019, maybe somewhere in there. I know you had a live stream one time that I was commenting on back in the day.
Yeah.
But it's been a minute. It's been a hot minute.
It has. It's been a long time.
It has. So I remember you were MMA. You played semi-pro football, but it was all women's league, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then didn't you sing or dance or something else. There was like something else. You were always doing some shit.
So I was, when you and I had last talked, I was still playing football, still fighting MMA, still playing softball, and then I was also doing like drag entertainment as well. So like I was doing like drag
Okay.
shows and things of that nature.
That's right.
Um,
I forgot about that.
and then the other one, I like right when I started, like when you and I were working together, that's when I had just started to get the idea to do my own show, like do my own podcast, that
Hmm.
type of thing. So and just to kind of give you guys some background, so I've spent my entire life playing football. One of few girls in the neighborhood. I played tackle football. A little All Americans. I played tackle football in high school for a couple of years. And then when I got to college, I ended up finding that there was a fully padded women's professional circuit, or semi-pro circuit rather, of tackle football. I just retired this past July, like literally just retired. So like I'm about 6 or 7 months fresh on the retirement train in terms of football is concerned. But I've played for multiple teams in Iowa. As far as the women's circuit, I played for multiple leagues. I played multiple positions because I was a utility player. So I've played everywhere from offensive line. I played everywhere from special teams, wildcat quarterback, fullback, nose tackle, edge rusher, linebacker. You name it, I've probably played it or seen it a couple times in my career. So that's why I felt it was really kind of detrimental that I find something else to start doing while I start to dwindle down my sports career. And my wife basically told me that unless there's going to be a women's team that's going to fully pay me to play, I don't get to play football anymore, which is completely fine because at this point it's saving my knees and joints, and it's saving me for a couple extra years down the road in terms of some of the other sports that I play. So I'm not complaining. Like I said, I've played just about 22 years of tackle football, or football across the board, as a female. And I think for me the thing is, like, especially being on a podcast like this, like a lot of people don't understand that like there are a lot of women out there that have football experience. It may not be what they consider to be football experience, but I'm one of those people that if you tell me that you know about the sport, I expect you to know both sides of the sport, or all sides of the sport. Like, it's just like, oh, I watch basketball. Okay. How much basketball do you watch? Do you just watch the NBA? Do you watch the WNBA? Do you watch collegiate basketball? Do you watch FIBA? Like, do you watch Olympic? Like, you have to, like, to me, you have to prove that you watch the sport or know the sport. And I think that's what's the most frustrating thing in sports, especially with just like the main sports, is like, oh, I am a basketball fan. No, you're an NBA fan. There's a difference. Like,
Hmm.
or I'm a football fan. No, you're an NFL fan because there's women's collegiate football now. There's NFL football. There's Olympic flag football. There's women's tackle. There's collegiate on both sides. There's the Euro leagues. There's the Canadian football league. There's the XFL. Like, there's so many types of football. So you're either a fan of one type of football, or you know a lot about the different types of or
Yeah,
football or sport or whatever it is.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm also old school when it comes to like my sports, and like I don't like people who hop teams. I don't like people who like, oh, I've been a long time fan, and just because they keep losing and losing and losing, I'm gonna hop shit. That drives me bananas. Hell, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I don't know if you can see it. I've been a Dallas fan since I was
You have.
fucking walk. Okay. Like I haven't given up on them. I wish Jerry Jones would like dissipate somewhere, but we can't have everything our way.
Got another like
So
10
it's
years with
just
him probably.
I feel
Unfortunately.
offended, Mac.
Yeah, you're literally.
'Cause I'm not gonna lie to you.
Everything you're
I
saying
am an
is
NFL
exactly.
junkie. Here's the thing. I'm an NFL junkie. You know I've been a Vikings fan for a long time.
oh, die hard.
My
Yeah.
my biggest joke is like, since once we suck, so Skinny's an Eagles fan. We talk a lot of shit to each other about it. A lot of shit to each other about it. But anytime he'll say something about the Vikings, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm just a Patriots fan. I'll just be like, oh yeah, I'm a Patriots fan. Big Drake May guy, you know. Been there since Tom
Yeah.
Brady.
Yeah.
But
Then there's this big, yeah. Love
I'm
those
not
types
gonna
of
lie to you,
fans.
Mac. I'm not gonna lie to you, Mac. College football. I know about college football. I'm not a hard like junkie college football guy. But if there's one thing about me, and I don't know if you remember this or if I was that big into it then, but I am a fantasy football fucking
Yeah.
junkie.
You that was your drug of choice, if you will, was
Yes.
fantasy.
Oh yeah.
Fantasy, and you were more into college football because you could see Well, you there was at one point, Marcus, when we were like as tight as we were, there was one point where you're like, okay, this college draft is coming up. You already had mock drafts of people that hadn't even been drafted into the damn league yet. You were
Oh yeah.
like, how did you even come up with those numbers? And like some of those numbers, I was like, there's no way this is accurate. And then there was a couple times I fact checked you. I'm like, damn, like if he's not spot on, he's dangerously close. And I was just like, how is this a thing right now? Like,
oh
what?
yeah, 100%.
Marcus.
Well, I just remember us. Go ahead.
Bases all of his fandom, besides his Vikings players, if he likes a player, only because of fantasy. Not even just like, oh, I liked watching that guy in college, or I think he's a good player. If he doesn't benefit his fantasy team, he's like, nah, not about this guy. Not a fan.
Point blank period. Justin Fields. I love me some Justin Fields. And he is by far probably the worst starting quarterback in the NFL. But God damn it, he puts 20 points up a week. I love him.
You know what? That's a fair assessment. I mean, and I think that's the cool thing with fantasy is like, okay, you can build a team, literally a fictional team of your own of all these different players from all 32 teams, even some practice squad players from those 32 teams. So you can, pick and prod at which players you want from which team to try to come out on top and make the perfect fantasy team. And some of those players may be from rival teams, like of your in your conference, and people don't realize like that's how you grow the sport. Things like fantasy and things like college is like, okay, well, like perfect example. And I know, Skinny, I don't know if you follow college football as much as I do. You probably don't, but you probably do as well at the same time. But like Fernando Mendoza is now about to be projected to be the #1 overall draft pick, Heisman Trophy winner, national championship winner, and he's about to get shipped to the Raiders. Like nobody in life is gonna watch the Raiders and just for the Raiders being Raiders, unless you are a blue blood or like a blue blood fan. Like let's be honest, like people are gonna watch the Raiders now because of Ashton Janty and Fernando Mendoza. Like you're not gonna watch because of Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's gone. Like he got canned. Sorry. What do you want from me?
Don't forget about Brock. Don't disrespect Brock Bowers.
Listen, Brock Bowers is in a category of his own. Like, I can't include, especially because this is now his 3rd season playing in league. I can't just be like, oh, like, and Brock Bowers. No, Brock Bowers is the reason people stay. Shador, people, and like Shador Sanders, who spent 2 years at Jackson State, spent 2 years in Colorado. His senior season didn't go as planned. And because the NFL wanted to try to make him an example, like just because you're Deion Sanders' son doesn't mean you're going to skate your way through. And now is the starting quarterback and a Pro Bowler for the Cleveland Browns. Now gets a new coach in Todd Monken, and it's funny. So so here's something we could talk about because this has been driving me nuts for the past couple days. How does Acho think he is talking about Todd Monken? Like he basically said that Shador Sanders doesn't need to pay attention to Todd Monken as his new head coach. Like, how did he doesn't have any credibility, doesn't have any Super Bowls, like said all this stuff on the speakeasy. But you expect us to listen to you just because you were a Pro Bowler and maybe 3rd ballot Hall of Famer?
Why are you smiling?
What?
Yeah. I don't understand that. Like he's your coach. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you gotta listen to this guy, no matter what. How many coaches in the league right now have Super Bowl rings? Not many. So you're gonna tell me every other coach that is on a team that doesn't have a Super Bowl, don't listen to him? That's the time. Stuff like that is just like, what are you thinking that's going through your head that's like, I'm gonna say this to thousands to millions of people out loud. I'm gonna say this out loud. Get a speechwriter. Let somebody write your speech for you. Really process what you're gonna think and say.
Yeah. Like let's take a step back and really understand that you basically just contradicted your entire career.
Yeah.
Like well, and the fact is like what he fails to forget is Todd Monken already has a pedigree. He's already been respected. He has 2 national championships in college and has 2 Super Bowl rings as a coordinator. Yep. Like, just because you don't have Super Bowl rings or experience being a head coach, but most head coaches don't have experience being a head coach. Like, let's keep that in mind. It's the same thing in college. Like, whether it's football, basketball, ping pong, slap, power slap. Like you don't just go, you don't just walk into being a head coach. You build the steps to get there. You go from court, you go from assistant to, you go from staff member to assistant to coordinator, to, maybe specialist of some kind, and then move into it. Like you don't just get pinned a head coach off the rip.
Yeah,
Like
and yeah, and
Unless you're the Vikings fucking general manager, then you do.
oh,
that's
Then you
fair.
man.
fucking
That's
do.
that's
Oh
fair.
man, yeah, that.
That seems to be the exception, but
Yeah.
that's wild.
Oh man.
Do you like Sanders, Mac?
I do
Are
like
you a Sanders?
Shore. So I'm a Sanders fan mainly because I've been a lot of the players that people don't like, I actually follow through college, like,
Mhm.
and through high school. Like I am that much in deep, like indebted and ingrained with the sport of football just itself alone, outside of all the other ones that I'm so like in depth with. Like football is one that I sit there and watch. I will, just because I'm bored, if I'm like sit here, like in fact, like I'm talking to you guys and finishing notes for my own show here later tonight. Like earlier I was literally watching the Elite 11 series from when Aaron Rodgers and Jared Goff were in it. Like I watch things that far back. I watch series like that. I watch like I used to watch Two A Days, like the MTV series. I am
Yeah.
so disgustingly ingrained in sports. Like people don't like people. My wife calls me a walking ESPN. Like it's, I don't know if
Yeah.
that's an insult or a compliment. So I'm gonna take it as like a compliment. Um like it's just, I followed Jake Fromm when he was getting, like when he was popular in one of those Netflix series. I mean, it was him and Tate Martell and um there was another, like I follow all of that. So like I watch things like as they come about, not just when they're in college or when they go to the pros. Like, and people are just like, well, how do you know so much about it? Because I actually take the time to do my research. I take the time to watch the shit. Like, come on, like don't sit there and tell me that you know about a sport when you know one part of the sport. And if you only are interested in one part of the sport, that's completely fine. But don't call yourself a football fan. You're an NFL fan. You're an NBA fan. You're,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
boxing fan, whatever that looks like. Like, like I said, I'm very old school when it comes to how people represent themselves or represent their fandom. It's very frustrating sometimes.
I like to just say I'm a sports fan because even if I
Thank you.
barely know shit, yeah, even if I barely know shit about it, like hockey, I I love hockey games.
Yeah,
Love going to hockey games.
yeah.
The only way I know any of the rules is because I fucking played NHL on the game and had
Oh
to
my
learn the
god,
rules
that's
there. But like,
crazy.
I'm like, I'll talk hockey. Do I know much about it? No, but I love sports just in general. Like I coach, so just watching. There's just something about watching kids learn and just grow in sports that I just love doing. My daughter right now, she's 5, getting into the sports. My oldest son's 13. He's rocking at basketball. Like just watching that and then like being a part of that, and then clearly with my own teams, getting involved with that. Just I want kids to just love sports. Just love the sport that you're playing,
Mhm.
sports that you're doing, and build the passion for it. Because I feel like once you like I want to be an athletic director. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life for forever. I went to college, still didn't know what to do, and then I was like, what am I constantly doing? What am I constantly putting myself in? What am I constantly being around? Sports, and just in general, sports. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll just go to school and try to become an athletic director because I will put myself in that situation and work a job that I'm absolutely gonna love because I'm doing what I and being around what I want to be all the time. Unlike Marcus, who's like, I'm a football fan and just cares about NFL
Oh,
fantasy.
hey, but
Sorry.
I will
The
say though,
Virginia Cavaliers now too in college.
I'm a Cavs fan. Mac, you better bet your ass that I'm a Cavs fan, dude. True blooded. Before they were good. That's true. That's a fact.
Listen,
Oh,
I can't, I'm not gonna take that from you. I'm not gonna take that from you. I'm a Golden State fan. I was a Golden State fan before Stephen Curry. I don't want to hear it. My favorite player was Baron Davis. I don't
hell
want to hear.
yeah.
I don't want anybody to talk. You cannot come to me and say, "Oh, no, Baron Davis and David Lee." I don't want to hear it. Don't
Oh
say
fuck,
no.
David
Stop.
Lee.
Listen,
Oh
yeah,
man,
listen.
loved
There's
me
not
some
a
David
thing
Hey,
you
Lee.
can tell me. Okay, no, no.
here's
I
the
was
thing.
I was there through the entire four head coaching stretch. A new coach every 4 years until 2009. I listen. Don't play with me.
So my football fandom, like where I am 100% an NFL junkie. I will watch some college football. It interests me because I know those are the prospects coming up to the NFL. But I will say it's watching football and playing football because I've played football. I mean, oh God, since I was in seventh grade, and I'm still playing football now. We're still playing
Yeah.
flag football, and it's not the same as semi-pro football. It's not the same as once I played college. But you know what? I love doing it, and I'm disappointed you're out living in Des Moines because you could be playing some flag and you'd be loving that.
Listen, like I said, I didn't really realize that the flag sector of football in Des Moines is that elaborate. Like when you sent me your highlight clip, I was like, ain't no motherfucking way. Like what? Like, and I was like, he just out here, Randy Moss and stuff, because, like, just because it's
I
fun.
told you.
Like, I was like, you know what? Okay. And then I started thinking about, I'm like, you know what? That actually makes some sense because some of my old high school teammates were like trying to get me to play. And I'm like, I'm still playing. Like, if I get hurt, I'm still playing full kit right now. So like, I couldn't. So like, but then I was like trying to do more research. I'm like, dang, like this is like
No,
a real,
it's
like this is a thing, bro.
Yeah, they.
you went to you're an East Sider, right?
I went to Lincoln. I went to
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Okay. I
So I
didn't know
live
if
in
you're an
South
East
Side.
Sider. South Side.
No, yeah,
Oh, so
cannot.
you were a South Sider for life then.
Yeah, yeah.
You were a
Rail
South Sider
splitter
for life.
all day. Yeah. I am a
Oh
rail
shit.
splitter to the day I am no
Wait,
longer on this
what
existence.
what year did you graduate, Lincoln?
2010.
You know Jake Reed? Sorry,
I
I
don't
mean this
know.
is
No, now I gotta look. I'm sure I do, but
I think he went to Lincoln. What are the Des Moines schools? You got Lincoln.
No.
You got
Lincoln, Hoover, East, North,
no.
Roosevelt.
He's from East. Never mind. He's from East.
Okay.
I fucked it up, but I get all the Des Moines schools
Marcus,
fucked up.
like I live
But
in Ankeny. I don't give a shit about anything south of me.
yeah, nothing south.
That's
Nothing
fair.
south.
Nothing south of you really cares either, so I
That's
understand.
fair. That is fair. So I want to know. I want to know about your experience in semi-pro football, women's leagues.
Ooh,
What I really want to know about it because your main position was defensive tackle, right?
yes. So when I started playing football, ironically enough, I started out as a tight end because I'm tall and I'm big enough to make blocks and all the things tight ends do. But I was also strong enough to be stuck in the middle of a four person like forefront. So a lot of the teams that I played for, probably up until 2017, like my
Hmm.
sixth or seventh season playing in the women's circuit, I was an edge rusher. I played defensive. I was fast too. Like I was a faster defensive end, but I was also bigger and taller. So it was just like, okay, like what do you do with somebody like that? And you don't get a lot
Hmm.
of women that are built like me who carry their weight well, have a little bit of weight, and have speed off the edge in terms of like tackle football itself. You find like comparatively when you look at edge rushers, you're looking at a Michael Parsons type. You're looking at a Miles Garrett type. You're looking like
Hmm.
at a Tank Lawrence type. Like in the women's game, they try to kind of mirror similar built females like that and put them in the correct spots.
Hmm.
So when I played, like I said, my first couple seasons, I was a tight end, fullback, and um, edge rusher combo, and then I actually ended up dropping about 100 pounds between 3 or 4 seasons, and they stuck me in the middle of a three front. I had never played a three front before. I hate three fronts. Three fronts are the worst thing on planet Earth, and I will die on this hill. Um, which makes no sense to me because I'm like, how I lose 100 pounds and you stick me in the middle? But it's also because when you lose more weight, you get faster. And it took me like 3.5 years to figure. I'm like, okay, like I still have my strength, but I'm not as like big, so it's easier for me to move through my gaps and all the things. So it was very eye opening when I realized like what kind of player I can turn myself into being, like switching primarily to defense and then being that power run back up as far as like, okay, you need 5 yards, give me the ball. We're running 5 yards and a little bit extra if you can push me, whatever type of thing. Um, So I've had many seasons where I've played primarily one position. I've had many seasons where I've played primarily offense. I've had many seasons where I've done all three and been on teams where, because we've had injuries, I've had to play all sides of the ball. Like the
Interesting.
women's, yeah, the women's circuit of professional football is a lot different than what people find it, like, perceive it to be, because like a lot of people like to try to equate it to like the lingerie leagues, or like the sexual driven content
Yeah.
advertising of,
Mm-hmm.
tackle football. And I'm thinking, listen, I'm not gonna sit here in front. Some of my best friends that I met playing football came from the lingerie leagues. They can
Really?
hit. Oh, dude, no, like them skinny girls can hit. I'm like ain't no way that the heaviest person on your team is 200 pounds. Like, there's no way. But it's true, because 200 pounds on me looks different than 200 pounds on some girl that's 5'2". So
Yeah.
it's just different. Um, but I've always been, especially being a female in sports and having to work twice as hard to get the just a little bit of attention, whether it was football, whether it's something else. Um, I've always had to work twice as hard because I'm a female to get the little bit of attention, or a little bit of just like recognition that I know the sport itself has deserved. And I had worked my entire career to get people to see, like, just check out a highlight, just go find a women's game near you, come to my games in Des Moines. And I was like, it was like pulling teeth. And then when I would sit there and have these types of conversations with dudes, like at the gym, or like when I'm working out, or like at a bar,
Mm-hmm.
like people, like dudes would sit there and look at me like I don't know what I'm to, like the shell shock that I know so much. And it's funny because every year that I was like getting better, like, and increasing my knowledge of the game, increasing just my physical strength and ability for the game, like the awareness, at least like in my inner circle and things like that, started to like kind of just just kind of stack up, just like, oh, okay, like Mac plays football. And now I have people for the past couple of years. I've had people like, Mac, I need you to help me make this bet, or Mac, what do you think about this? And it's just like it's very gratifying, like having people come to me and ask me. Or I have a bunch of my friends from the South who are very like old school, like women need to be in the kitchen, type of thing, like very old school mindset, but have absolutely zero problem coming to me because they're like coaching their pee wee, coaching their son's pee wee league, or coaching their daughter's basketball game, or whatever. Like, I've had so many dads just come to me and be like, okay, what do you think of this, what do you think of this scheme, or what can I do to make this better? And I'm just like, where did all this come from? Like, but it's like,
That's gotta be hella gratifying though. The fact that you
it is. It's just very like, it's almost coming like out of left field, because when you've had to work so hard to just get people to
Mhm.
even take your take your opinions seriously, or even consider taking your opinions because you're a female in the limelight of sports. It's like, last time I checked, sports didn't have a gender. If you can perform the athletic ability competitively better than the person in front of you, whether male or female, that's the entire point of it. Like, that is
Yeah.
literally the entire point of sports. Well, yeah, like anatomy and science and all the things are very true. But the last time I checked, there's a thing called Title IX, which allows women to, I mean, and really it's really more or less for like the high school systems and the collegiate
Hmm.
school systems. But like Title IX was put in place for women to have the same exact athletic opportunities as their male cohorts, which really means if your high school team does not have a women's football or girls football team, or a flag football team like that plays regularly, they have to be allowed on the team. They may
Hmm.
not be promised, they may not get playing time, they may not be guaranteed like a starting spot, but by law, if a girl wants to try out for the football team, you cannot deny her because of her gender. And it's the same thing for guys too. That's the other thing that people understand. Like, while Title IX was placed for women and girls, it's also placed for dudes. So if a boy wanted to go out for the volleyball team in high school, legally he can do that. Like, that is a thing.
Yeah,
Like, it
You know
works
what's
both
that
ways.
that
you know
caused
what's
a
interesting.
huge havoc when I was in high school, because there was a bunch of us that were gonna do it, and our like athletic director at the time came and said like, please don't. We're 17-year-old kids, 16-year-old kids. So it was like more of a joke. Like, we weren't really gonna probably do it, but
Yeah.
our athletic director caught wind of it and was like,
Don't
"Please,
do it.
please don't do this."
You know what's interesting too, Mac, is I see it a lot. Like, obviously, we'll bring up Caitlyn Jenner. It might be the first time we've ever talked about Caitlyn Jenner on the podcast. Or not Caitlyn Jenner. Sorry, Caitlin Clark.
Well, I was
Holy
gonna say
shit,
Caitlyn Jenner. You're
Caitlyn
throwing.
Jenner.
I was thinking of
Caitlin
huge left
Clark.
field out of the ball.
Caitlin Clark. My apologies, Caitlin Clark. But that really put women's basketball on the map. Like that really was something that pushed it. But I have my buddy's best friend, or my buddy's girlfriend. She is a wrestler for Grandview. And she went.
That's the other thing is women's wrestling.
It's shot up.
Understand, women's wrestling has been on the map since like 2014. Like it's because it started out in it started out in NAIA schools, but really it started out in as far as like collegiately, it started in NAIA schools. Grandview was one of the very first universities to have women's wrestling. Not just women on the wrestling team, but a women's wrestling program.
Yep.
Obviously, like doctored in from having girls and women on the wrestling team. But it also stemmed back from high school because there was girls wrestling. I also wrestled in high school. I wrestled in high school for about one season, maybe two between my freshman and junior
year. Could you imagine though if you did it, if you were in high school today, you were a senior and you were wrestling now, you'd probably get a full ride scholarship. Like it's big.
If I'm a high school senior, high school junior now, I'm literally going on my third state championship as a heavyweight women's girls wrestler and going to Iowa or somewhere to collegiately wrestle. Like that's absolutely a thing.
That's what I say. I tell my niece who's in high school, I say, go wrestle. Like that's the best way to get a scholarship. And honestly, it's fun to watch. Like I've watched a little bit of guys. I wrestled a little bit in high school, but I was never a big wrestler. But once we were watching them, it was fun to watch. It was very competitive, and like it's a little bit different. I think in college they do freestyle instead of just more traditional. But I had a good time watching it, and it was fun to watch, and it was good for the sport. Football is harder though because it's so much money in football. Like when you go on, and I'm not talking about like how much it cost for like, fans watching it and stuff like that, but like to have a full women's like high school football team, that's a lot in pads. That's a lot in actually finding. You got to find at least, probably at minimum, maybe you could get away with 20 women on the team, and then you have to find that in different school districts and stuff like that. It would be very interesting to see if at some point that will transpire where it will become very, very popular.
That one's hard because like even basketball with how, I guess in Iowa at least, with how big like basketball has even become for women over the last couple of years, like booming over the last couple of years, Iowa high schools are like shutting down their teams and they can't get the numbers. Like we
really?
Had for Perry school, what are we, 2A, 3A? We had 5 returning starters in our high school basketball over 4 grades. 5. The year before that was 7. So like, even though it's a booming sport, and basketball is cheaper, than football to really have, as long as you have a gym, and they got Jordan jerseys now in high school. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Right. But, well, and you also have to take in consideration NIL is now affecting high school athletes.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I think with the resurgence or the surgence rather of NIL hitting high schools, I think the spike in interest for girls basketball is going to slowly come back up, especially seeing what people like Caitlin Clark have done, what people like Megan Gustafson have done, people like Monica Sinanu, Kate Martin, like those core people or those core women of just the University of Iowa basketball alone. I mean, and then it also goes off of like your respective like college that's around you, the respective high schools that are around you, just the city and region you're in. There's a lot that goes into it. So I mean, just going back to like our thing in terms of like funding like a girls tackle football team, it's nowadays I'm not going to sit there and say it's impossible. When I was in high school, it was absolutely impossible because it wasn't a popular enough sport for like it wasn't a popular enough sport among young female athletes to be like, okay, like we could really, make our money back with this. But the trend of girls playing on the football team wasn't new. That wasn't like always exciting. It was like, it was more or less exciting. Like which tomboy is gonna try out now. Like
Yeah.
that's more or less what it was. Is like, oh, which tomboy is gonna, which person's gonna play, so go out this year. What girl's gonna go out for wrestling this year? And normally, it was me. Like it was normally me. Like, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna throw that out there. Like I said, I didn't last as long as I thought I would, but thinking back to it, like thinking back to then and thinking where I'm at now, I don't think I would change it because like I'm still close friends with like some of my cousin and I are a couple months apart. So like we're in the same class. Him and his best friends transferred from one school to come to Lincoln and play. So like I had experienced that. Like I also had 90% of the past 3 season state qualifying teams as my friend. So like I was like that girl that all the athletes, all the dudes knew. So like they weren't surprised that I was coming back for a second season to try out. They weren't surprised that I was in the gym, at 5 a.m. trying to cut weight with them to make weight for a wrestling match later on that day. Where start like it wasn't a thing to them because like while
Hmm.
there's not a lot, and I always say like yes, there's not a lot of females um that were in the spot I was in as far as like being so ingrained in sports and growing up around sports and all the things. Um, there are girls like that. And there's definitely more girls like that now. I mean, now high schools are
Oh
getting
yeah.
full on flag leagues and they're getting full on. I mean, hell, the University of Nebraska alone is now the first D1 collegiate college school university to have varsity college women's flag football.
That's pretty cool though. I'm not gonna lie.
Like
That is
quite
pretty cool.
yeah, yeah, they broke the news like 2 weeks ago, and I said I need Iowa to hop on board with this. Like quite literally, I need every other
Yeah.
team in the Big Ten to get on board with it because especially knowing that you can now have a sibling team in your tackle team and your women's team now,
Yeah.
and that's more money. That's more. And while it may
Oh yeah.
not fill out, while it may not fill out it may not fill out the stadium. I mean, nobody's really filling out Memorial Stadium anyway because Nebraska fucking sucks. But
Hell
in its
yeah.
entirety, the women's football team would probably fill out the seats better than Cornhusker football itself, frankly. But that's neither here nor
That's
there.
very true.
But like just the fact that these opportunities are coming up in 2026 is not like it's unfathomable, but it's also fathomable at the same time. You're just like, damn, like look how far we've come, but damn, that's not surprising.
And honestly, like I don't know, like you say you watch a lot of football and stuff like that. Flag football is a
I say, have you met
completely
me?
no, no, I know you have. Well, I
Oh,
don't know how much
I'm about,
flag football you watch. I
I'm
don't know
about
if
to
you
roast
like
you.
no, what the fuck, man? Come on now. But what I'm saying is flag football is a completely different sport than actual football. And the
Mhm.
reason I'm saying that is we'll have people come out that are, from I don't know, Grandview. We'll have quarterbacks from Grandview and teams from Grandview or Iowa State and stuff like that.
You and
And
I.
they can't,
We had a quarterback from you and
yeah,
I.
you and I. And they really can't compete because it's a different sport and it's a different way of looking at the sport compared to
Yep.
tackle football. Because tackle football, like I'm not gonna lie to you, Mac. Like I'm decent. I'm pretty good. I'm one of our better players. Skinny would attest to that.
Just has a four and a
And
half inch vertical that he won't fix.
hey, sometimes you gotta jump. But you know what? Like I am built more for tackle football than I am flag football because you got the short guys that are shifty and stuff like that. Like I want to run through people. I'm not gonna evade you. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna put my shoulder down,
Yeah,
stiff arm
yeah,
you.
I'm running right through you.
And it's
Absolutely.
just a different sport. Knowing the knowledge of it, being able to pass the ball, pass the line of scrimmage, and then pass it back and then throw it forward. Like people just
Yeah.
don't understand those rules and all things with it, or linemen being able to go out and receive a pass and stuff like that. Basically, you have nothing but tight ends on the field. So it's I
Hmm.
don't know, it's interesting, and I do think it's good for sports. I do think it's good for everything. I'm glad that it's kind of getting its recognition
I
and it's going to be in the
I
Olympics.
really want I really want that the for the Olympics, for the flag football Olympics. I really want the NFL pros to play that one top team. I just want to see it happen. I just want to see it happen.
Why?
Why not? Like it'd just be interesting to see how
if they can actually compete.
yeah, like just to
Yeah.
see in
Okay,
terms
that's
of
fair.
because
That's fair.
like we were talking. I mean, clearly we're not NFL athletes, or none of these people are
No, we're
NFL
not.
athletes that we're playing with, but even the most athletic guys can't just go out and dominate. I guess in a sense is what I'm trying.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
in this flag league. So like, sure, yeah, Tyreek Hill's fast, but how much does he really? Probably dominates a lot in terms of his speed, or see, like those guys probably dominate. I'm not gonna deny that, but
Yeah, for sure.
just from at least like our experience, I am very much out of shape and nowhere near what I used to be. But like I'm arguably one of the better tackles, guards, whatever you want to call us in the league. But
Yeah.
I'm going against guys that are half my age, not half, but 18, 19, 20
Younger,
years
yeah.
old, and
Yeah.
I'm able to hold my own still. So like it'd be interesting to see just how much that team, and they've clearly, if they're one of the better teams at flag football in the country, in world even, it'd be interesting to see like how much these athletes can compete with them just from a flag football standpoint, because again it's a little bit different.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
that guy. I watched. Actually, believe it or not, I did keep up with the flag football scene once I started getting into flag football. So there's a guy named Hooch. He played quarterback in one, and like flag football kind of like died around like 2019. After that, 2020 it was like kind of slower because of COVID and everything. Then it kind of just
Pick
skyrocketed
back
back
up.
up. But he
Yeah.
was he was a dog. Like he was really really athletic and stuff like that. And he's the one that has made the big stink about the NFL players because he's like it's a different sport, which I agree with
Yeah,
it.
I
It is a
mean,
Yeah.
different sport.
just watching the Pro Bowl last night, I tuned in to watch it, just to see kind of. I mean,
Had
gra-
to.
grabbing a flag, it's not as
It's
easy
hard.
as yeah,
It is
exactly. Like
hard. It is
I
hard.
watch these, and you can be again as athletic as you want to be, but these guys were not grabbing flags all the time and giving up
Mm-mm.
easy yards because you just couldn't grab a flag. I get if you practice it a little bit more, but these other guys that have been doing the flag pulling for the last 15 years of their life, or guys that barely do it, I
Yeah.
mean, those crucial moments are going to matter. So, yeah, I can't grab a flag worth of shit. I'm all offense. Do not put me on the defensive end. I,
We're offensive guys, Mac.
yeah,
That's what we are.
yeah, pretty much.
We make
Listen,
plays.
there's nothing wrong with this. Sometimes, you have those people who can go both ways. Sometimes you have those people that are just strictly one way. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
I'm
put me
I'm strictly a receiver, Mac. That's all I can do. I can catch
even though
any ball you want to throw.
we played tight end in high school, and tight end,
I played in receiver. I was a receiving tight end.
never understood why we even had receivers for a team that ran the ball 99.9% of the time. Never made sense. Just, let's get this one DB on the other side of the field real quick while we run it right down the fucking middle. Oh,
That's true.
That
hated
part.
that offense.
Yeah. Why not?
I have one last question to ask you about that, and then we got to kind of start wrapping it up and ask you a couple questions. But
Okay.
I want to know, Mac. So women's semi-pro football, is it more pass heavy? Is it more run heavy? Is it a good combination of both? What is different once you look at men's league to women's league? What is the difference? Is it more physical, would you say? Is there more, what would you say stands out to you watching both?
Um, Stands out to me, I would probably say the amount of mismatches you get with women's football. And when I mean mismatches, I mean like, okay, I'm 5'10" and I weigh just under 260. I play nose tackle in some of the power positions. And then you'll have somebody who's like my older sister who played 7 years right, next to me on the same exact team. She's 5'2" and played running back and was 140 pounds. So like that's more or less like the disparity in terms of like the mismatches as far as like positional awareness.
Hmm.
Like positional awareness as far as like, oh, okay, I have a power back, so I'm gonna try to stick two speedy linebackers to fill the gaps rather than putting in maybe a um more muscle dense or heavier set linebacker to stop the run rather than just plugging the hole. But in terms of pass run or pass heavy or run heavy, it's honestly it depends on the team. It's more or less like college or NFL. It depends on your scheme. It depends on the personnel you have. Like a lot of the teams I played for was more pass heavy because of the types of receivers we had. We had receivers that were 5'11 plus as far as height is concerned. So like we had a lot of tall, skinny receivers. But when it came to like the short pass game or the short run game, we would have a lot of power backs. We would have a lot of like jumbo sets, power sets. We also ran a lot of RPO. A lot of RPO. Like I
Really?
don't know. Oh, dude, I don't know how many times my big ass got sent on a fucking fake jet sweep bunch formation to the other side. And I could listen. There's some plays that I still to this day have burned in my head, like because we ran them so much. But it's like the old saying. It's like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're starting to catch on, alter it a little bit. Like it was just those types of things. And I think the other thing for me that I would say probably stands out as far as like a difference between women's tackle football and like men's collegiate and the NFL is women are very mean. Women shit talk probably worse than men. And I would know because I was the queen of mental warfare. I was the queen of getting in. I would say some off the wall shit, and I would like teams would have to scout around me because I'm mouthy and I'm very good at what I do. And referees would literally have their own scouting reports saying watch number 64 because she'll run her mouth and then run you over. Like just things like that. Like I was that a-hole. Like, but I was always like it was always in the field of play. I never did it I never did it outside of the field of play. Like once the
Yeah.
whistles blew, quadruple zeros at the end of the game, it was like, okay, like y'all beat us or we beat you. Let's shake hands and and go get food afterwards. Let's go go mingle afterwards with the fans at y'all spot or at our spot, whatever it is. Like it was never we never would hold we had team grudges, obviously, player grudges, and then like we would always have like rivalries with other teams, but we would never it would never get to where it would like end up on social media or like become like a big giant thing, like
Yeah.
unless it was something that came across the league in general, like something. There's been times that there have been like catastrophic issues across the league and everything, but nothing wild.
Nothing too wild.
All right.
Can you want to
So
ask your question?
yeah. So just real quick, you're a Cowboys fan.
Unfortunately, yes.
Favorite
over it.
all-time Cowboy, least favorite all-time Cowboy.
Least, I'll give you my least favorite, Troy Aikman.
You don't like Troy Aikman?
I fucking hate Troy Aikman. I fucking hate Troy Aikman. All he does is run his mouth. Great. You won 2 Super Bowls while you were there, but what have you done for the team since? Every time he's on a Cowboys cast of any kind, it's like he's either trashing Dak or he's trashing Jerry Jones, which I can't actually say that I blame him. But like it's almost like he has nothing positive to say. Like if you have all these expectations, come out of the booth, have a conversation with Jerry and hop on the staff and help change it.
Yeah.
That drives me nuts. Joe Buck also drives me nuts. Can't stand him. Can't. Drives me bananas. Favorite Cowboy. I have 2 of them. DeMarcus Tank Lawrence, who now is in the Super Bowl as a Seahawk, and Charles Haley. Charles Haley is the only defensive player to have 5 Super Bowl rings.
Isn't Charles Haley crazy though?
He
Wasn't
is,
there something? Yeah,
he is literally nutty.
Yeah, he's fucking batshit crazy. Who the hell joined, Skinny?
I think Carp did. Carp, get the fuck out of here. He's another Cowboys fan. Can't have more.
Hey, whoa, the biggest fantasy loser just came to say hi.
Oh, hi. Yeah, you did lose our league. When are you going to eat all that food?
I was thinking about doing it maybe possibly one this weekend for the Super Bowl. I was going to do one, post it for you guys.
Yeah, he lost our league in fantasy, so he's got to eat. What did we decide? Pig balls? Was it, or no?
No, pig feet.
Pig feet.
Anchovies and pineapple.
Anchovies with pineapple.
Tuna and peanut butter sandwich.
Tuna and peanut butter sandwich. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Nasty.
Speaking of Troy Aikman, yeah, like you're saying, Troy Aikman's talking shit, and he goes and becomes a consultant for the Miami Dolphins.
That's terrible.
Oh,
that's absolutely terrible.
I can't hear it. Max Something's going on. I can't.
So that's cool.
There we go.
There you go.
Jeez, I got a call and it just like
yeah, it does that.
out.
It does that.
I hate that.
Marcus always has to go what is it, airplane mode or whatever, so he can.
Oh, I go. Do not disturb.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, Troy Aikman talking shit about the Cowboys and then goes and decides to be a consultant for the fucking Dolphins.
All right. Yeah. And then the last thing, Mac. Skinny, ask your question.
Last question. So we ask all of our guests. You get 10 attempts, NFL game. We use the what was it, the 2019 Eagles offensive line, or 2022, whatever that offensive line was, and then the 49ers defense. Back when they were the best, right? Best defense in the league, best offensive line in the league. Back when Kelsey was there. You get 10 attempts. How many yards do you think you get behind that offensive line? No, injuries.
If Jason Kelsey is my center, and Lane Johnson is a guard on either side, I'm getting 6 to 7 yards because I'm also big as hell. It takes 12 people to tackle me. Realistically, I'm getting 5 to 6 yards, but fantasy-wise, I'm getting at least 9.
So you're saying 90, 60, or 50?
90. Because I'm confident.
See, Skinny, I said 40, and he clowned me on that.
Marcus is also barely 200 pounds and isn't a fucking dog.
220.
I'm 220.
I'm like 6'2", 320, and dude, I get a yard because I could fall forward.
I'm basically Adrian Peterson size.
Shut the hell. Yeah, but he's also
screaming. AP size is nuts.
way more muscular. I'm sorry.
Hey, Mac's seen it. I'm strong though, Mac. You know that.
I was kind of shocked. Not even gonna hold.
Yeah, Marcus told me the story about him. What was it?
Once we leg pressed.
Yeah,
we were leg pressed, and you're like, "There's no way to do it."
Yeah.
See, but here's the thing, though.
Pressing as much as I was, and I'm like, "What is happening?"
See, and I don't blame you though, because once I came there, I was wearing my glasses and stuff like that, so I looked a little nerdy and stuff like that.
Was a fucking.
I'm a dog though. I'm a dog.
No, you are. You're him. I'll give you that. You are him.
All that leg press and only can jump 4.5 inches in the air. What a shame. What a shame.
Terrible.
All right. So last topic we have is the Super Bowl, upcoming. So big matchup. 2015. 2015 all over again. Seahawks are favored by 4.5. Marcus, our bad betting. I'm taking the Seahawks minus 4.5. If you bet $10, it pays you $8, guys. Have fun with that, cause whatever. So we're doing our pick'ems. So Marcus, I'm gonna take the Seahawks.
I'm gonna take the Pats, dude.
All right, and then Mac, who are you picking to win this game?
Ooh, I just had trouble with this on my other podcast. Against my better lack of judgment, I'm taking the Seahawks by 6.
Seahawks by 6? I respect that. It's either going to be a complete fucking... Dude, that Seahawks team.
Dude, it is good. It is good.
It's either going to be a complete blowout or the Seahawks are literally going to end up scraping by because of their defense.
Yeah. That defense is so long, quick, versatile. It is insane. I did not expect that defense to be playing the way that they are. And then Sam Darnold.
He has been balling.
He's been balling out. It's
everything tells me to take the Seahawks. But you know what? Fuck that. I'm taking the Patriots. I'm taking my boy Drake. I don't want to see
Patriots fans happy after 6 years of they get 20 years of greatness and so much fun, and then
you know what?
6
That's
years.
True.
Marcus,
That's true.
Your team hasn't even won a fucking Super Bowl yet, and you're out here I'm gonna take the Patriots.
Skinny. I'm a Patriots fan, dude. Come on now. Don't be disrespecting me. I've been telling you all year I'm a Patriots fan, especially after all the mischief with my boy number 9. So,
dude, Jordan Addison got arrested again too, didn't he? He's got 3 arrests in the last.
I don't know what the fuck Jordan Addison's doing, dude. He needs to fucking stay at home. Is what he needs to do. Because he gets arrested for DUI.
Millions of dollars, and they're like, you know what? How can I fuck away and piss away some of this money? What a shame.
I don't get
what
it.
A fucking shame.
I don't get it.
Well, I don't have anything else. Marcus, you got anything else?
Nope.
All right, so go Seahawks. Fuck the Pats. Fuck you, Marcus.
Mac,
Mac, thanks for joining us.
yes,
Of course.
thank you
Thanks
for
for having
joining us.
me.
We'll have to get you on again. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're not doing anything, we draft round 1 that Thursday night. We let just people come on and just fucking bombard this place. We do a live draft of it, or like a live feed for the draft. So if you're free that night and want to hop on with us,
More than welcome.
We get drunk as shit. We drank Irish car bombs last year, or 2 years ago. I killed a whole 24 pack in those 3.5 hours. You know, it's a fun time, and
Nice.
break down
Let's
the
go.
restaurant. So. Marcus will keep in touch with you about that, but thanks for joining in. Everybody enjoy the Super Bowl this weekend. Should be a good one, I hope. At least something good. I don't think anybody... Oh, also, real quick. Did you guys see Fanatics was short on jerseys for the Seahawks and Patriots?
Yes.
Their sales...
I was like, that's a thing?
Yeah, they didn't make enough jerseys because both teams were so shitty last year that they didn't expect it to happen. Their sales were up like 400%. So Fanatics is catching so much shit for not having enough. But all right, everybody go follow us on Instagram, Spotify.
Anywhere you get podcast needs. But Mac, shout out your podcast.
Yeah, shout out your podcast.
Yeah, so you can find the Mack Truck podcast pretty much in those exact same spots. YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Pods, Google Pods. You can also find us live on TikTok later tonight at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time via StreamYard and Facebook Live in the Sports Avengers Facebook group page, as well as the network page itself. Yours truly will be on there talking all things NFL, all things UFC recap, and all things boxing with Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez.
Hell yeah, Marcus. See, she's on Apple. I'm not. We're not.
See, she is on Apple. We're not on Apple. They
wouldn't work out with us. I don't know. I was trying to do it, and they were like, "Yeah, fuck you." Like I was like, "All right, whatever. I'm not gonna deal with it then." But cheers. End the show. I gotta go fucking play basketball after drinking. So this will be fun.
Get that cardio in, buddy.
Yeah.
He's gonna get it in.
Marcus, what the fuck? Another episode of you not drinking.
I'm sorry, I drink
I'm about to have to fucking find a new co-host because this is fucking ridiculous.